Google just dropped a lot of new hardware. We have the brand new Pixel 11 lineup, a completely new Pixel 11 Pro Fold, the Pixel Watch 5, Google's answer to the AirTag, new Pixel Buds features, and Google is pushing Gemini deeper into basically everything. So here's everything Google just announced at Made by Google 2026. And more importantly, what's actually new. Let's start with the biggest announcement, the Pixel 11 lineup. Google launched 4 phones this year, the Pixel 11, the Pixel 11 Pro, Pixel 11 Pro XL and the Pixel 11 Pro Fold. And while the overall design hasn't changed dramatically, Google has made some pretty significant upgrades under the hood. Starting with the regular Pixel 11, the design is still very recognizable. And Google has introduced 4 new colors. And one of the biggest physical changes is the camera bar. Google has made the camera bump more than 40% thinner than the previous generation. But the real upgrade is inside. The Pixel 11 is powered by Google's new Tensor G6 chip. Google says it's 25% faster for web browsing, 15% faster when loading apps, and around 20% more power efficient. The chip also gets a more powerful tensor processing unit and an improved image signal processor, which is especially important for Google's AI and camera processing. And speaking of cameras, the Pixel 11 now gets a new 48 megapixel main camera. Google says it captures 56% more light than the previous sensor. There's also a 13 megapixel ultra-wide and a 10.8 megapixel telephoto lens. And with Google's computational photography, the telephoto camera can now reach up to 30x super zoom. And the front camera is 10.5 megapixels. Battery life is also getting an upgrade. Google says the Pixel 11 can last over 30 hours while wireless charging is 25% faster than Pixel 10. And there's another important change. The Pixel 11 now starts at 256GB of storage with 12GB of RAM. And there's a catch, the starting price has gone up to $899. That's $100 more than the previous generation. The Pixel 11 goes on sale on August 20. Now let's move to the Pro models. The Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL get the same Tensor G6 chip, but Google has added a few features that you won't get on the regular Pixel. Their displays now reach up to a massive 3600 nits of peak brightness. And Google has made the glass even more scratch resistant with Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection. But the most interesting addition is actually on the camera bar. It's called Highlight. It's a small LED system integrated to the camera bar that gives you a visual notification. For example, it can glow when you are receiving a call from one of your favorite contacts or when you are interacting with Gemini hands-free. Google says it will eventually support more notifications. Now the cameras have received some serious upgrades too. There's a new 50 megapixel main camera, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide, a new 48 megapixel telephoto, and a massive 42 megapixel selfie camera. The telephoto can now reach up to 120x Pro zoom, and Google is also improving video recording. The Pro model gets Pro Stable Video, which can record up to 8K. Battery life is again rated at over 30 hours, while wireless charging is more than 29% faster than the Pixel 10 Pro generation. As for the pricing, the Pixel 11 Pro starts at $1099, while the Pixel 11 Pro XL starts at $1299. Both start at 256GB with 12GB of RAM. If you go for 512GB or 1TB, you get 16GB of RAM. Both Pro models comes in 4 new colors. Now let's talk about the devices that could be the most interesting of the entire lineup. The Pixel 11 Pro Fold. Google says this is the most sophisticated foldable yet. It's almost 10% lighter and around 1mm thinner than the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. The bezels are thinner too, but Google has focused heavily on durability. The new Fold gets an improved gearless hinge and a new glass fiber composite back, a ceramic cover glass on the outer display. Google claims the new Fold is 3 times more durable than the previous generation. It also retains an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance. Both displays are now up to 20% brighter, reaching 3600 nits. And the inner display gets an improved crease performance thanks to redesigned hinge. Charging is faster too. You can get to around 50% in roughly 30 minutes. Inside you get the Tensor G6 and 16GB of RAM. And Google is also introducing some interesting foldable exclusive AI features. One of them is sign-to-text translation. Using the front camera, the Fold can recognize American Sign Language and translate it into text on the outer display. The camera system gets a new 48 megapixel main camera, a 10.5 megapixel ultra-wide and a 10.8 megapixel telephoto with up to 30x super zoom. And the price, the Pixel 11 Pro starts at $1899. That's another $100 price increase. But Google wasn't done with phones. We also get the new Pixel Watch 5 and visually it doesn't look dramatically different. But Google has packed in some major health and AI upgrades. The biggest one is called breathing emergency detection. The watch can detect a significant sustained drop in blood oxygen saturation that indicates a breathing emergency and can trigger an emergency call. There's also a new sleep breathing tracking that monitors your breathing quality overnight and summarizes the data in monthly reports. Google is even claiming its new GPS provides its most accurate route tracking yet, outperforming the Apple Watch Ultra 3 and Garmin Fenix 8 Pro in its testing. Gemini is also getting more deeply integrated into the watch, with more proactive assistance. The Pixel 5 comes in 41mm and 45mm sizes. Prices starts at $399. There's also a special Stephen Curry edition priced at $579, launching September 3rd. Google is finally entering the item tracking market, called the Pixel Tag. Pixel Tag uses Google's Find Hub network to locate things like your keys, wallets, and luggage. Pixel Tag costs $29 for one or $99 for a pack of 4. It launches November 11th. Google also gave the Pixel Buds Pro 2 a small refresh. There's a new olive color to match the Pixel lineup. And in September, Google is rolling out a firmware update designed to improve active noise cancellation. The Pixel Buds 2a are also getting new features as part of the launch. So, the Pixel 11 starts at $899 and the Pro Fold reaching $1899. Watch 5 starting at $399 and the Pixel Tag starts at $29. The phones and Pixel Watch 5 go on sale on August 20, while the Pixel Tag arrives later on November 11th. So that's everything Google announced at Made by Google 2026. But with the prices going up, is the Pixel 11 actually worth the upgrade? Let me know which Google product are you excited about in the comments. We'll be covering a lot more tech here on Visex, so make sure to like, share and subscribe. Also make sure to follow us on Instagram for the latest tech updates. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.